I realize that this proposal will mean an increase in departmental expenses, but I feel the long-term results will justify it. Videotape has become an important adjunct to every police facility. And videotape instruction should be mandatory in recording of evidence, identifying suspects, and so forth. Should be a part of routine police procedure.
Excuse me, Chief. They told me you wanted to see me when I got off.
Well, you've been playing out in the backyard again, Guthrie. Yeah, come on in. You know how to wrap up that kind of letter. Have it on my desk for signing, then you can go home. What happened to you?
Well, sorry about the way I look. I was investigating a fire over on Maple Street. I saw a suspicious-looking character hanging around. I ordered him to stop, identified myself. He didn't, so I tackled him. We kind of rolled around. I got a little messy.
Well, you managed to bring him in.
Yeah, I booked him for assaulting an officer. Maybe I'll get more after we interrogate him. What do you want to see me about?
All right, it can wait after you clean up. I just had a few questions on the Simpson case.
All right, I'll be back in a half hour.
Okay.
Oh, listen, Chief, I wanted to thank you for taking Deborah off suspension.
He didn't do it to please you, Guthrie.
Yeah, well, I know that. I guess what I wanted to say was, well, Deborah hasn't been feeling too well the last couple of days. I think maybe she should wait a while before she goes back on active duty.
Well, she's already back.
Really?
She came in on the 12 o'clock shift. As a matter of fact, she's out on assignment right now with Calvin Stoner.
Well, that was fast. What's the assignment?
Well, it's a decoy routine. For the past 3 nights, there have been brutal assaults on women in Monticello Park. As a matter of fact, one of the women died as a result of her injuries this morning.
Wait a minute. You mean she's on that park assignment?
Well, she asked for this assignment, Guthrie. No, she didn't say anything about not feeling well. As a matter of fact, she said it felt very good to be back.
Well, I happen to know she's not feeling very well. As a matter of fact, she passed out twice in the last couple of days. Didn't she tell you?
No.
Well, she did. I found her in her apartment on the floor, passed out. Her superintendent found her yesterday afternoon. Same condition. He called an ambulance, had her rushed her to the emergency room.
Damn it, why doesn't she tell me these things? The last thing I want to do is send an officer out on a job he can't handle.
Don't you mean she?
Believe me, that's why I was glad she accepted this assignment, because she was the right sex.
Chief, we have a half dozen women in this department who can handle that job.
This assailant apparently likes them young and attractive, Guthrie. Now, I think even you'll have to agree that Detective Saxon fits that description a little bit better than most people in this department.
Yes, I do, but right now I happen to know she's not feeling very well.
Well, apparently she didn't seem to think so. She knew this assignment was voluntary, and she accepted it. That's all there is to it.
Well, I don't agree. I think you should call her out.
You do, huh?
Yes, I do. I think somebody should go down there and pull her out of the park. If you'd like, I'll go down there myself.
What I want, Guthrie, is for you to get downstairs, get cleaned up, and get your tail back in here as fast as possible so we can go over the Simpson case, so I can get it out to the prosecutors.
Wait a minute. Aren't you listening to me? Deborah is in no condition to handle a sex maniac.
She is a police officer, Guthrie, and she has good backup in Calvin Stoner.
Well, Calvin knows better. He knows she's sick. He was at the hospital yesterday.
Calvin didn't even know it was going to be Saxon until she got there. And besides, it doesn't matter. Do you understand? She took this assignment, and that's all there is to it. Helen, is that letter ready?
If you won't call her off, I will.
Guthrie! If you bust up that stake up, you'll be the next one on suspension, and I don't mean just for 2 weeks. I might even lift your detective's badge for good.
You're not going to catch a maniac with a sick woman.
I hope you heard what I said, Guthrie, because I meant it. Now get downstairs and take your shower. Maybe it'll cool you off.
Red?
Calvin, what are you doing here?
Look, I don't see anybody around. I gotta talk to you, Deborah.
You're on a job, you know. This is no time for a chat.
You were not being straight with me when you told me that you were feeling 100%. I can look at you, I can see you're still feeling sick, aren't you?
Look, I feel fine. Just bored, that's all. Been here for 2 hours and nothing has happened yet.
You know, stakeouts can take a whole lot longer, and you know that. Anyway, odds are we may not even see this joker tonight if he hears that girl died.
Well, we took this assignment, so we've got to see it through.
Yeah, well, it seems to me that you took this assignment under false pretenses. I mean, I bet you didn't even tell the chief that you'd been in the hospital, did you?
Of course I didn't. Why should I? I wasn't supposed to be there in the first place.
Well, Steve told me that you were supposed to go see Doc Kavanaugh, only you decided not to.
Doesn't that prove I'm feeling better?
What is this thing about proving stuff? Why do you have to always want to prove something? That's why you took this case, isn't it? So that you could prove to Chief Mallory that you could handle anything he threw at you.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Tell him, I'm sorry, Chief Mallory, I'm not feeling very well this evening.
Yes, as a matter of fact. That would have been a lot smarter than what you did.
Oh, yeah, great. Right after he lifts my suspension, I tell him that I can't handle an assignment. It's a damned important assignment at that.
All right, look, I know the assignment is important, but don't you see that that's even all the more reason, Deborah?
Meaning that I can't handle the job? Is that it?
No, that's not what I mean. Look, I'm only thinking about you, Red.
No. Good friend, you know that? Best I've ever had.
Yeah, well, I kind of like you, too.
Pardon me, miss. Is this man annoying you?
No, not at all.
Are you sure? Why don't you leave the lady alone, huh?
Didn't you hear what the lady said? It's okay, we know each other.
Is he forcing you to say that?
No, it's true. I'm all right.
Well, this park isn't a very safe place at night, especially for young women. Didn't you know that?
Excuse me. I mean, we appreciate your concern, but it's okay. You want to move on?
Well, how do I know you're not concealing a knife or a gun and threatening this woman? Or maybe I should find a park policeman, let him find out,
Look,
huh?
buddy, I happen to be a policeman, and so is the lady, for that matter. So would you just shove off, okay?
I see. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
okay.
All right, Carolyn. Stop bothering me.
Yeah,
Go back to your
oh,
station.
okay, lady. You insist.
Oh, Deborah, honey, you should have let me help
No,
you
you
with
just
that.
sit right down and relax.
What I think you should be in bed. Now, you were almost falling asleep at the dinner table.
Well, I think this coffee will help to wake me up.
No, I'm not sure I approve of that, you know. I don't like the idea that you're having trouble sleeping. Have you talked to your obstetrician about it?
Listen, Mother, it has only happened once, and I'm really not worried about it.
Well, just the same, I've never heard of insomnia being a symptom of pregnancy.
Well, it may be in a couple of weeks when the baby starts kicking.
No, seriously, darling, have you talked to your OB about it?
Margot, I told you just the other day that I had seen Dr. Buckley, and she said everything was going perfectly.
Yes, but that was before you started with the dreams. She tell you about those?
Oh, yes, she did. As a matter of fact, I was rather anxious to find out if you'd had any more. I'm rather curious to find out what's in that mysterious box.
Sorry, no dreams last night.
And I can tell you why she didn't have the dreams. She was up all night reading one of those silly historical novels.
Well, and that was because I was not sleeping. Which is because when I came home from work last night, I took rather a long nap.
There, you see, you know what you're doing, darling. You're turning your sleeping habits all topsy-turvy, and that's no good. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to finish this coffee, and I'm going to get out of here.
Margaret, don't be silly. It's early yet, isn't it?
No, hang on a second.
Early is when you should be in bed.
No, Margot, hang on. I wanted to talk to you about something.
About what?
Well, actually, it's something that I wanted to give you.
Oh, really? Well, I know Christmas is just around the corner, but a present so early.
Oh, it's not a present, and you know what it is. It's a partial repayment for the loan you made us.
$12,000.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know you're not going to let me raise any objection
You're
to
absolutely
this.
right. The money is yours, and I insist you take it.
All right. I know enough not to argue, and I also know how to say thank you, which I'm going to do. Mwah. Thank you.
I think I'm going to cry.
Oh.
And I think you ought to go to bed, honey. I think your mom gave you some good advice.
I'll tell you, to be perfectly honest, if I don't go to bed right now, I'm going to fall asleep right here on the couch.
Yes, well, you do as your mummy says and get upstairs
I
to
don't
bed.
believe
I know
this
you're going to have
mess.
a nice sleep, and if you dream, be sure to tell me how it turns out.
I will, I promise. I'll see you in a little
Okay,
bit.
baby. I'll get
Good
your mom's
night.
coat.
Whoops.
Here you go, Margot.
Draper, thank you. There is something I wanted to say to you about this money.
Yes?
But as you know, Christmas is just around the corner.
No, wait a second. If you think you're going to turn right around and give me that money as a Christmas gift, you're absolutely wrong.
Well, I wasn't thinking of that. Actually, I was thinking of something else. Or rather, someone else.
Whew.
Darling, the baby, I wanted to find out... I wanted to find out if you would raise any great objection to my putting this money in a trust fund for him or her, or whatever the case may be.
Oh, hold on. Now, are you sure this isn't just a way to give back the money I returned?
Now, darling, after all, this is my grandchild, as hard as it is for me to say, it's my one and only grandchild, and you can call it whatever you want to call it. But it is the child who will benefit. Now, surely you're not going to object to the child having this kind of security, are you?
You're absolutely right, Margot. There's no way I could refuse a gift from my child. And she's going to be a person in her own right, and she's entitled to a trust fund or whatever else someone wants to give her.
Draper, I'm so glad you understand that.
Look, Margot, sit down for a moment, all right?
Oh, what?
I've never objected to money. I think money is terrific. I've only objected to the way I got that $35,000.
I know that.
But I'm not going to rehash any old arguments, and I'm not going to object to my daughter having $12,000 in the bank.
Good. Only make that $35,000 because when you give me the rest of the money, it is going right into the trust fund. Well, it seems as though you and I are establishing this trust fund together, aren't we?
And you know, when she's ready to go to college, with interest rates being what they are, that's going to be a lot of money for her.
Draper, you keep insisting on referring to the baby as her, she. Are you so absolutely sure that it's going to be a girl?
Well, I'm positive. I mean, I want a daughter. And you know that the baby April gave birth to in the dream was a girl.
I know that. I have no objections to that part of it. What I did object to was that mysterious man in her hospital room.
Oh, Margot, look, don't worry. The dreams are funny.
Yeah, I know, but they also can be symbolic. I mean, I don't know anything about dream analysis or any of that stuff, but I know they reflect people's anxieties and things like that.
Oh, I mean, April does have a lot of anxiety about the baby. I mean, we did lose our first child.
Yes, I know. Yet on the outside, she seems so calm and optimistic about this. I know she's worried underneath.
Well, you know, I think that's what the dream means. Now, I thought about it, and I think that April sees herself as having the baby, but then there's this ominous shadow in the background in the form of this man, but don't ask me why.
I mean, what about the present?
I have no idea what that means.
Oh, well, she said it wasn't threatening in any way.
And, you know, maybe now that she didn't have it last night, maybe this whole dream business is gone.
Oh, no. That means we're never going to find out what's inside that box.
You know, I don't think I want to know what was in that box. All I do want is for April to have a safe delivery with absolutely no problems.
You're really looking forward to this, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. We've both been looking forward to it for a long time. You know, for a while we were afraid we could never have anything like this.
Well, this shows. Some dreams do come true, don't they?
Draper, is that you?
Yes, April, I'm here.
The flowers are beautiful.
Not as beautiful as you are. Talking about beautiful, have you seen our daughter?
That's funny. That's the same thing you said the last time. I mean, the last time you were here.
Did I?
I don't know. Maybe I dreamt it. I've been having a very strange dream lately. Did I tell you about it?
Yes, April, you told me. But this couldn't be a dream. Your dreams always come true.
No, Draper, that was before. That doesn't happen to me anymore. Now I only have ordinary dreams.
Do you think this dream is ordinary?
Draper, listen, that's the train. I told you about the train. Listen. There isn't any train station around here. I know that. How do you explain it? What do you think it means? Draper, what do you... You again. What are you doing here? Why do you keep coming here and then leaving? What do you want? Oh, the gift. I forgot about the gift. You remembered. If I take it from you, will I understand all of this? The last time you left before I opened it. Please don't go. It's a bracelet. It's lovely. But what does it mean? Who are you? Why are you giving me this present? What does all this mean?
Look, man, would you please get lost? We are not out here for our health, you know?
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Yeah, well, if I should need anything, I'll call a cop.
Sure, you must be the youngest police chief in the country, and surely the best looking. I haven't been to Monticello for ages, but it must be much more livable than it used to be, especially for someone in your position. A chief's job is half political, Daddy says. It's For that must mean you're hobnobbing with the better element instead of all the low-rent types you used to hang around with. But I'll see for myself in a few weeks, or didn't I tell you that I was coming to Monticello? Till then, Ivy. Hello, this is Mallory. Let me speak to Guthrie, please. You did what? If you see him again tonight, you tell him I want him in my office. And I mean the minute he comes back. Do you hear me?
Calvin, what happened? Come here, what happened?
Oh, man, I think I've been pistol whipped. Oh, am I still alive?
Who hit you? Did you see him?
Some guy in a three-piece suit. What a sucker trick he pulled on me.
Was it the guy we're looking for?
I don't know, it could have been him. You know, I even showed him my badge.
Calvin, where's Deborah?
She's on the bench waiting for me to back her up.
Hey, Deborah.